Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Metroid II, Return of Samus. When we last left off, we had just completed the first part of Area 3, the rune type section. Now we're going to be in like the breeding ground, as a lot of people tend to call this place. And there's a lot of Metroids in this area, really high concentration of Metroids, highest in the game, so... Here's our first one right here, we got another Gamma, so... No items really to pick up here, just a whole bunch of Metroids to defeat. And this one's giving us a lot of trouble here, so... Well, it's down, and we can progress further into the area. We're gonna head up, and we're going to run into a room that has two Metroids in it. So we see the little husk right there. And the annoying part of this room is these little bubbles. Space was actually pretty good for clearing them out. These basically will block your missiles, and the Metroids like to hang out in them, so it'll absorb your missiles and keep you from hitting the Metroid with it, so can be annoying, but luckily the Spacer does a good job of defeating them. We want to hop down through that Metroid husk to get over here, crawl underneath this little passage, and we got another Gamma to take care of. First, of course, we want to try to take care of as many of those little bubble things. Clear the way up for this Gamma. And he went down pretty easily. We got him on a good pattern there. If you can kind of juggle them, like I did there, you bounce them with a missile, and then when they bounce up, you're able to shoot another missile at them, so kind of prevent them from doing damage to you. So, alright, now it's down and off to the right. So, got a lot of vertical passages in this way. This area is kind of, a lot of these areas look very similar, so this can be pretty tough, you know, if you don't know where you're going, if you don't have a map. So, or if you're just following along here, just follow along. There's a Metroid husk, so we know a Metroid's coming up. We got another one of these Metroids where we got to fight in a vertical passage with very little platform support. At the bottom there we have these little spikes, bushes. You can destroy them with your beam. If you don't destroy them and you land on them, they do take away energy, so... But luckily, if we destroy them down here, you can see there's an energy refill ball here, so pick it up, fill up our energy, and then we'll be good to go to finish off the remaining Metroids in this area. We got two more hanging out here, so just make our way up the passage. And another. There's a few one-way things, which makes this area a little even more confusing. There's a few one-way passages. And there'll be one coming up shortly over here. But let's take out this other Gamma Metroid. It's gonna be a lot tougher to fight in the confined horizontal spaces. So again, destroy those bushes. So yeah, here we have a one-way. See that little Metroid husk? We can't go down it from the top here. So now here we're back in this area where we turned up to get to the two Metroid group. We have another Gamma to take care of here. And this should then cause the lava to recede, allow us to head deeper into the planet. And this is going to be where the first sequence break is. I'm not going to do it, but I'll point it out where it is, so. We got another one-way here. And we're pretty much at the beginning of the area. So if you have enough energy, about 3 energy tanks, you can drop down into the lava down there. And that takes you to an area where there's two Metroids. You defeat that one of the Metroids. There's an Alpha and a Gamma. You defeat either one of them, and then that lava will disappear. But that's a quick way to do it because it's a sequence break in a sense, because normally the way that you're supposed to do it and the way that I'm doing here is we backtrack this way, and there's going to be one Metroid that we have to defeat to lower that lava that we just passed. And it saves time doing that lava dive, because down that lava there is where you want to go to eventually Area 6. So if you just do these areas out of order, you don't necessarily have to do 2 backtracking, because we're going to have to backtrack into Area 3 there. And then once we could complete out that area with the Gamma and the Alpha Metroid where we could sequence break into, we're going to have to backtrack again to this area. So it just saves 2 backtracks, but it doesn't add too much time. Not enough that will prevent you from getting the best ending. So, one way to save time is in that one room there. I just dove into the lava and balled through the lava. And the reason I did that was because probably take more damage from the enemies that jump around, and it's much harder to avoid them, and much longer jump from platform to platform avoiding enemies. It's just easier and less damage to just run in the lava. We have a Gamma Metroid. We take him out, and once we do that, that lava outside of Area 3, that lava will drop, and we can make our way onto Area 5. So this is kind of Area 4 here, the one Metroid area. These enemies here are known to drop 20 health energy balls, so it's a good place if you want to refill your energy tanks. But we had that refill late into Area 3, so we're still pretty good on energy. Once again, it's just much easier to just roll through the lava here than having to deal with all these enemies and potentially have them hitting you, because them hitting you is a lot of damage, you know. So it's just much quicker to just head through that way. So now this lava here, like I said, that'll eventually drop down when we defeat these 2 Metroids in Area 5. So like I said, we'd avoid this backtracking, these 2 steps of backtracking if we did that little sequence break, but it's not necessary, like I said, to get the best ending. So, yeah, there are 3 endings in this game as opposed to the 5 in the first Metroid, but they all are based on the time it takes you to defeat the entire game. So, but obviously the less time, the better the ending. So, well, now this lava is gone, so we can hop down into this area, Area 5. And it's another short, small area. We're going to come to a branching path eventually, and each of the branching paths will take us to a different Metroid. One has an Alpha, one has a Gamma, and one has an energy refill, and one has a missile refill. So here's the split. We're heading up first. I believe this is the Gamma, but we'll find out. So I know when I was planning it, I did this way particularly for a reason. But we got these weird platforms. When you jump on them, they're kind of sticky. I guess they're kind of like gluey. But yeah, it kind of messes up with your jump. So I'm gonna just avoid them as much as I can and just run across the lava. It's not too painful. Ooh, we got a missile refill. And then we're gonna go over here and take out this Gamma Metroid. Which means that the other way was the energy refill and the Alpha Metroid. So. Alright. And now let's just head on backtrack to that area where we saw the 2 little husks. We don't have to worry too much about energy, because like I said, the upcoming Metroid is an Alpha, and they're not too hard. And if at some point we get low on energy during that fight, there is an energy refill. Now that mask enemy there, you can only hit them from the back. Kind of like the enemy in Link's Awakening, another game by Nintendo. But we don't have a hook shot. Samus doesn't have a hook shot to steal their masks, so We just gotta wait until they turn around and hit them with our beam that way, or missiles. The wave beam can pass through their mass, so that's another reason why I think the wave beam is is my favorite beam. It allows you to beat those mask enemies much quicker, and those enemies, the flying enemies that have the shields on their sides. So, alrighty, time to take out the Alpha here. The Gamma was on the left. The Alpha's going to be on the right. And the missile tank was on the right, so the energy is going to be on the left. Hop over here. Yeah, we fill ourselves up. And now we've defeated these two Metroids in Area 5 here, so the lava's going to recede, and it's going to recede back to near Area 4. So, you'll see all this backtracking we could have avoided if we just, you know, sequence broke and went through this lava. Yeah, the lava only fills up to where the Metroid husks are, so you don't necessarily have to do the whole area in lava if you did do the sequence break. So yeah, the lava stops right there. So let's head back over toward Area 6, which people call the weapon facility. Probably because it's just like one big tower, one big vertical shaft with a tower in it. So I guess it kind of looks like a missile silo. And every single beam weapon is available there. So if you missed any of the beam weapons, that's where you can pick them up. So I know when people do like 100% speed runs of this game, they avoid picking up the beams in any of the other areas, and they just pick up all the beams in this area, Area 6 coming up. Because they're all located right in a row. It's just like I said, one big vertical tower, and there's 4 rooms, and on each of those rooms is a different beam. So you technically don't even have to pick up any of the beams other than the ice beam to beat the game. Eventually we're going to run into regular Metroids, the lava form, and much like Metroid 1, they have to be frozen before they can be hit by missiles. These upgraded forms of Metroids don't have to be frozen. Got these dragon heads that pop up and shoot lava. Annoying to deal with, so we're just gonna roll in the lava, speed things up a little bit. Probably take a little less damage than if we navigated that room normally. We have weird rocks there that look like bombable rocks, but you actually have to shoot them with a missile to have them fall over. I don't know why they included them there, it's kind of weird. But they only appear there, and it's not really a major obstacle to overcome, but I don't know, guess just adding to the environment. So, these little tiny annoying little bug enemies. Spacer's pretty good for taking them out because it has a wide beam area. That's where the plasma swing is not all that good because it, like I said, has such a thin beam to it. So, run into our first Gamma here. Area 6 Gamma. Try to ambush us in this thin little tunnel. And we're going to have a save point, but before we hit the save point, let's drop down here into the water. So this is one of 3 areas that have water. Pick up another missile tank. Yeah, the final missile tanks we're going to get are all in this area. We hop up here. Destroy that little weeds there. And we're going to make our way up this little passage. This is what a lot of the area is going to look like. It's going to kind of be these vertical rooms with some block platforms in them, surrounded by these like brick walls. Let's make our way, save our game, and I'll meet you back here next time. Bye!